Rosa here from Carolyn's Musings and One Way Journals on Facebook. One of our members on Facebook, Miss Tracy, came up with this awesome idea for March challenge. It is just absolutely awesome. It is an interactive cross. Look how pretty. And of course, Miss Carolyn, gracious enough to give us a freebie. It slides left to right, and I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it, and this way. So as you can see, it's a cross. How cool is that? So before we get into the tutorial, I want to say not to glue these elements on there, which I did into pockets because I did not know how far to put them in or out. This is my first time making this along with you. So just wait till you finish the whole thing to put your elements, okay? So stay tuned as I will walk you through how to make it. Okay, so you have all your measurements on hand. What I want to emphasize is make sure that your orientations are correct. I mean, the wood you do however you want. I'm following what Tracy did, which the wood grain goes horizontal for the side pieces and vertical for the top and bottom pieces. Be mindful that the top piece is a little shorter than the bottom piece. And if you're going to round off the corners, make sure that you're rounding off the correct ones. I did not round the inside corners, just the outside corners. And when you glue your pieces, your elements, I just did a very shallow circle, used a circle punch, very shallow to create a thumb pull. And this one, it's going to go at the bottom instead of the top because this is going inside the sliding mechanism. So speaking of the sliding mechanism, let's get to that. All right, so for the sliding mechanism, you need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 3 inches wide by 5 inches high. I am using watercolor paper, which is 140 pounds. It's sturdier than the 110-pound cardstock we are accustomed to. You can use cereal box, or if you don't have any of those 2 supplies, you can take 2 pieces of your 110-pound cardstock, glue them together, let them dry, and then cut out your pieces, the ones that you need, 3 by 5. All right, so I'm gonna flip these over, and don't freak out. I'm gonna walk you through the measurements. So because I am also a quilter, I have all kinds of gadgets. So what I did was, I love this ruler because it helps me also when I am covering chipboard for junk journals. It's a 1 inch wide, it's 1/8 inch thick, so that I can also use it to miter the corners to fold in the paper corners. I love this ruler. So this yellow part is 1/4 of an inch, this yellow part. So I used that to give myself 1/4 of an inch margin all the way around both of the cards. So just, if you don't have something as such, then just take your ruler, mark in 1/4 of an inch, here, 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 all the way around. Take your ruler, connect the dots, and same principle. Okay, so we're gonna make some markings after you've done your 1/4 inch margins. I measured in 1/8 of an inch here, and from the top edge to here I measured 3 inches. This between here and here is going to be your where your plastic bag is going to go in through and slide. So if it's easier just mark your 1/8 of an inch in, and from here to here, mark 3 inches. Same here, 3 inches, 1/8 inch space here. And so this is going to be your side to side slide mechanism. We're going to then, for this one, it's just going to be easier. Just measure from this line to here 1/8 of an inch, and from here to here 1/8 of an inch. And this is your top to bottom sliding mechanism. All right, moving on. All right, so for this part, we're going to need to cut out these spaces that we made on both cards. If you feel confident that you can do it with scissors, knock yourself out. I don't. So I am going to use an X-Acto knife. If you use an X-Acto knife, please use a metal ruler. Otherwise, you will cut into your plastic rulers. And I am probably going to speed through this process. See you in a bit. Okay, so now we're going to add the plastic baggies. This one is the 5 inch, and it's gonna go to on the side slide. You're gonna introduce your plastic through the hole, and down through the other hole. We're going to flip it, and it's hard to see, but it's gonna overlap. So what you want to do is put double-sided tape as close as you can to this edge, and you want to do it snug but not so tight that it won't slide. Okay, so here we go. It's hard to see it, but it's there, I promise. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a piece here. I think I see the end of it. All right. Burnish it in place. Make sure it's straight. You have your 1/4 inch line there anyway. You can use that to make sure that it's straight. If I can get this piece off. Easier said than done. There we go. Phew. All right. So making sure we're straight and snug but not super tight, and press. Okay. So this is your part of your sliding mechanism, and what you want to do is keep the seam to one side, either there on the left or on the right. All right. Okay, so the other one, you have a 9-inch piece that's 9 inches long, and same principle. You're going to introduce it through the hole. And, oh, it's too wide. Okay, so I'll be right back. I need to trim it. Okay, sorry about that. So, the measurement in the beginning, it is correct. It's 2 3/8 wide, and I had cut mine at 2 7/8. I got my 7/8 or my 8s all mixed up. All right, so same thing. Snug but not super tight. Burnish. And make sure that your seam is either to the left or the right. If you do it to the left, you see that it'll stop. And if you do it to the right, it also hinges. Okay, so there's our sliding mechanisms. Next step. All right, so let's assemble the side-to-side mechanism pieces. So I've already put on the double-sided tape. Remember that we had the join all the way to the side, and I put double-sided tape, and make sure that it does not pass the edge of your plastic, otherwise it will hinder the sliding. So you put it all the way to the edge, then you flip it over, and it appears that we're doing it on the same side, but in essence it's the opposite. Here's the tape on the one side, and here's the tape on the other side. So it looks like both ends are the same, but they're not. So you're gonna do one on the left here, you flip it this way, and you do it on the left again, and that way they'll end up on the opposite ends. Okay, so in order for our piece to slide out, you need to put the one that slides to the right to the left. Okay, so let's do that before we get ahead of ourselves, and let's see if this comes out. Hopefully it stays on there. I'm not sure if this is strong enough for this. You're gonna take the straight edges, not the rounded edges, and you are going to butt it to the edge there of the opening and centered. Hopefully I'm centered. And you know what I didn't think of? They're sticky there, so I'm not sure if that's gonna cause any issue. Hopefully not. All right, so before we turn this over, I like to do it this way because, or I found that it's easier, because this one's going to slide out to the left. I am going to put it like this and now flip it over, because otherwise we're going to think we have to put it this way and we don't. So we put it backwards, or I'm sorry, not backwards, right side down. All right, so let's remove our tape backing. Ooh, it came out. Again, align the edge, center, top to bottom, and align your edge to the opening. Burnish. And I feel that sticky, so hopefully that's not gonna, this is my first time doing this, guys, so. And look at that. Isn't that so cool? Right now it's a little flimsy because we don't have anything holding it down. Okay, so let's do the center part that slides up and down, top to bottom. All right, so for this part, we're gonna repeat basically the same as we did for the side mechanism, except this one is gonna slide up and down. So I am going to take the one that slides to the top. I've already placed double-sided tape. Same principle. Okay, straight edge, Hopefully that's not too wide. Center it. All right, and same thing. So in order to not get confused, I'm going to put this behind so that I know that I'm going to glue it there. I'll turn it sideways so I can see the edge. Centered and to the edge of the opening. And Mamacita didn't put it straight. Ay, caramba. All right, you guys. I gotta see how this is gonna work because it's not straight. Hopefully it'll work. Okay. Oh, this way. There you go. And then there's our centerpiece. All right, next step. Okay, so let's start a little bit of assembly. So get your 3x5 card. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention, and you can still do it now, is to ink your edges, because this is the same size as this, and if you don't ink your edges, you might see the white. Okay, so I took these are strips of foam that I bought from Amazon. I'll try to put the link below. And I have put a strip here and a strip right here. Okay, so we're gonna take our 3x5, flip this over. First of all, let's take these off, the paper backing. And now we'll flip it over and match these up. Lord have mercy. I don't want to do it crooked. All right. Press it down, and this is what you should have. Oh, something that I forgot to mention, I pre-did these, and like I said, it's the first time I'm doing it, so I wasn't sure how far in or out to put them, and I measured all of them an inch in. So do as I say, not as I do. All right, so look at that. That's so cool. All right, so now we're gonna add more foam tape. If you don't have this kind of foam tape, and if you have like thicker one or whatever, just cut it to what, strips or little width that you need. I wonder if layering paper and gluing them together will give you the same result. I think that's about a 1/16 of an inch deep or wide. Sometimes we gotta improvise. Okay, so take your other piece. I did it double-sided. I don't know if I was supposed to on this one, but I did it double-sided. So we're going to do the same thing and center it. And hopefully it's straight. All right, so now we have like a sandwich going on, and this gives it the stability it needs to hold it in place and slide out. How cool is that? All right, moving on. All right. I don't know if you hear that, but it is thundering and lightning here. Typical Florida. All right, so this is the one that slides up and down. And I've added foam tape along the edges here. And what you want to do is, this is your side slide. So we're going to put that face down, right side face down. We're going to remove the paper backing. Again, if it wants to come off. Goodness gracious. Try this end. Okay, and this one. And flip it like this. I'm going to turn it so that I can center it. And hopefully it's centered. Okay, and let's put this piece on. So we need more foam tape. I'm going to put it on either side again. Take the paper backing off. And take our piece of cardstock, center it. Flip it over, and look at that. This is your top and bottom, your left to right. And these pieces in between, you can put some glue, like this piece right here, just glue it down. And just decorate as you wish. You can put sentiments, and Miss Carolyn has provided some very pretty elements for us to put in there. So there's that. Thank you, Miss Tracy. Everybody enjoy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.